Welcome back. We're here in New York on Classic Talk with Bing and Dennis. Today we are speaking with Maria Guleghina. Before the break, we were mentioning Nabucco at the Met, and we happen to have an excerpt. So let's take a look at it, and Maria will, after we play this little excerpt, give us any insights about what was really going on at that moment. Can we have the excerpt, please? Thank you. Tell us about that.
No, it's better. Of course, because when I'm beginning, when we're beginning to work for something, it's difficult. But after it became more and more flexible, more easy. Yeah?
Well, it certainly sounded easy. It was flowing.
Yes, but now I think now it's better.
I have a question for you. Opera singers often have superstitions about crazy things. I know that some Italian opera singers will not allow anyone to wear purple in the opera house. Others don't want any whistling in the opera house. Are you superstitious? And what are your...
It's my big bad things, because like when I believe in Lord, I shouldn't be superstitious, but
what kind of
nobody without.
What kind of things are you superstitious?
You know, for Lila, for this, one day when I come to La Scala, in beautiful Chanel jacket, color viola, Maestro Muti looked at me and said, "Oh, Maria, viola!" I said, "And what?" He said, "Oh." And we're supposed to do dress rehearsal. It was where I said, "Okay." And I'm going home and I changed my jacket.
Is that right?
And it was, yes, but before I going on stage, I'm always, I have my cross. I kiss my cross. And also I have here, you see, Jewish things. Yeah. Okay.
That brings up the question of fears. After so much success, so many years of singing, when you get on that stage, is the heart pounding?
Dennis, you know, I'm success. It's everything. Thanks, Lord. You know, and Lord give me this, and Lord give me my life, my family, and everything Lord give for me. You know, and for everything of this, I should only to be very grateful. And my half Christian, half Jewish, you know, it's try to be together.
Do you practice Jewish, Judaism, or
Not.
no.
Not. But for me, it's like, Lord, it's everything. I'm not only believe in Lord. I know what He is in our. The Lord is. This is very important. Because to believe or don't believe, it's one story. But to know exactly what it's, yes, it's completely different. And I feel exactly well on Catholic Church or Russian Orthodox Church or Armenian Gregorian Church. When last year I had beautiful marriage ceremony in Armenian Church, and
Speaking of the marriage,
yes.
now I
Oh,
understand.
yeah.
I understand that your husband is, head coach of a
Yes.
wrestling team
Yes.
in Russia.
Yes.
So how did that happen?
How did you meet? Where did you meet, if we may ask?
Unless you tell us you love wrestling.
I didn't know nothing about wrestling, and he didn't know nothing about opera. But now I'm more big fan for wrestlers, and he is more big fan for opera, but maybe for me. I hope nobody will be offended with this. And every day he listening opera, of course my video, my DVD, my concert, and when I'm not with him, and every evening when he come back from Olympic Committee, he watching this DVD for 1,000 times. But
That's great. That means you
Yeah.
are with him.
yeah, but I didn't know him, and I didn't know nothing about what will happen in my life. But it's really like I said, it's Lord, because in my very, very bad situation, when I think what everything is finished, I'm absolutely out, absolutely of life. Only what I had my children, that's it. I was so miserable in this moment. And my friends come to celebrate my birthday. And I told them what it's really bad situation. And they said, "Oh, now you're alone." I said, "Yes." And the girl of my friends, she said, "Oh, it's so fantastic, man. Slava, he's head of coach, like from government, from like Olympic team of wrestling." And I said, "Oh." And I already feel what, wrestler, it's something, that's come here, like some Don Giovanni. And she said, no, he's a widower, and he's very serious. He had only one daughter, and he's fantastic. He's so good. He's so polite. He's so handsome. And it was like brainwashed 24 hours per day. And all this 10 days, what they stay with me in my vacation 2 years ago, because I had only 10 days vacation. And they talked to me about him, and I said, "Oh, okay." And they said, "Oh, when you come to Moscow, we will meet you with him. You can." I said, "What?" It's no one man was born in this place for whom I come. And they said, "And can he come to you to meet you and to be presented?" But I said, "Okay, the tourist agency, it's open. Everybody can come for any place. It's no problem." And from first moment, he was so nice, so polite. And after 3 weeks, I think he proposed.
Is that
3
right?
weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, really. But
And how many weeks did it take you to say yes?
immediately.
When you first saw him, what was your reaction?
I feel like I know him many years. I feel really like I know him many years, and I feel very confidential. Yes. And I think for family it's very important. Love, of course, but not love like something what now somebody change for this very important things. It's love and respect. Love and respect for what he doing also. And each time when now I know him more and more, and I saw him in different situation. I saw how he talk and how he sing. It's really a good man.
So would you consider that sort of another kind of love in first sight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's so wonderful, you know.
Yeah.
Usually.
In my 18 years old, yes.
You probably never thought you will meet somebody like that.
No. I already feel in this moment when it was bad situation, I already feel okay, I have my stage, I have my children, and that's it. I don't need nothing. But all my life, why I did a so big career, like you said, because I was always busy with my work, and only my children and my work make me more happy. Even I was not so good mother, I can tell you. I really very regret for what I wasn't good mother for my daughter. And she grew it, of course, in good boarding schools, but it's not good. It's absolutely horrible. And even in Lausanne, in Switzerland, it's this horrible, yes, it's very famous, but it's not good institute with fantastic PR company, of course. But now my son live in Luxembourg at home.
He's now how old?
11.
11.
And I try to be with him all my time when I can. But of course, I'm very busy. But now I try to be more with him for all vacation. I don't know what can happen, what I will left him without me.
He has, of course, heard you sing. What does he think of his mother being a world famous opera singer?
I think he's very happy.
Very happy. Has he heard you sing performances? Of course.
Of course, yes.
He must be very proud of you.
But I took him first time when he was 7 years old, because all my roles, it's so horrible, it's blood, it's, and I don't want to bring him in for these things. And first time when it was, I think it was in Covent Garden when I did Macbeth, and I supposed to do this big scene when Lady Macbeth should kill herself, and her maid should open the blanket, and I will be full with blood. And it was a rehearsal, of course, but with everything. And in the last moment, Ruslan, it's here, and I'm under the blanket. Take out my son. They said, what? Take out my son. And after when they take out my son, I said, okay, I was happy, because I don't want him to see. Because even at home, I talk with him, always like, even with more high voice than now I'm talking, because after rehearsal, when I'm rehearsing, I'm, but at home, usually it's more, when he's wrong, I talk to him like this, Ruslan, what you did. And
you spoke about, say, a low point of your career, but do you remember for a long time the absolutely high points? Do you have in your memory like a performance where everything went right? Like you think, oh my goodness, we got it right tonight. Everybody got it right. Do those stay with you a long time? Or?
I'm very, very criticized.
Of yourself?
Yeah. And honestly, I always found it something what I can do better. And but it was really one point what you cannot say what it was not. Of course, when it's standing ovation 10-15 minutes, it's yes. But in Berlin, it was 39 curtain calls after Tosca.
Wow.
With Neil Shikov. I think it was this. But more high point of happiness, it's to my child.
But after a night like that, with that kind of reception, can you go home and go to sleep, or do you just? How do you come down from an
No,
experience like that?
I cannot sleep. Even after normal performance, I cannot sleep. My first years, of course, it was not so easy, but I tried to record all my performances and all my things what I did, and after I come home with music score, I control how it was. Because applause, it's one story, and Dennis, you're a musician. What it's
The next day is a new day, and the next performance.
Yes,
is,
and also we should be very right musically. The rhythmical and pronunciation, and also we have our things to all lines should be very nice, and first years also I control what I feel, what I try to express, and how it can come, for people. This is very important, because it's one, like Shalapin said in his book, what one day he crying and all public laughing, and another time he was completely cold and people crying. This is very important to have this possibility to send this message what you want. This is very important. And first years I cannot sleep immediately. I come and I listening and I controlling what, how, and why. This was, yes. And now I know, but here also in Metropolitan, when Craig is here, he called me, he say immediately how it was.
I hope I understand. You were talking about you might sing some mezzo-soprano, and you think at some point you will switch, or you're going to do both in the same time, soprano and mezzo.
When La Scala for opening night for Aida, Zeffirelli want me to do Aida and mezzo soprano, but not in one performance, of course. No, it's impossible, because duet I cannot do with myself together. Yes.
You could do the video version
Yes,
somehow.
but it was too late. Sorry, it's my husband.
Long distance call.
Yes, and it was too late because, but it was interesting idea. Maybe one day I will sing also mezzo-soprano repertoire, because I like this, and I beginning from mezzo-soprano, from contralto and mezzo-soprano. I beginning, and for me it's very easy. But my professor in Odessa, Evgeny Nikolaevich Ivanov, he told me, okay, you can be mezzo-soprano, but which role you can sing? It's very few roles for mezzo-soprano. But when you will try to be a dramatic soprano, what it's your character, you can do much more and more interesting things. And I was completely, but he said, but it will be more difficult way, more difficult. And I understand what he mean. Only now, only after so many years of career, I understand what now I have this palette of colors, and I can do what I want.
On the lighter side, have you ever been on stage and had anything extremely funny or embarrassing happen to you, where you even laughed yourself, and in spite of all the serious roles?
Metropolitan.
What happened?
In Metropolitan, you don't remember in 2004?
Oh, I remember with fire. Was this to do with fire?
No. When it's metallic tube come on my head.
Hit you in the head.
Yes, and after I feel so bad, and everybody, we will call doctor. I said, no, I going out, and Sarah Billinghurst sent for me flowers, and Joe Volpe called for me and asked what I can do, what happened, what I said. Joe, when it will be brain conscious, and no brain conscious. concussion.
Concussion.
Concussion. Yes. And this happened. But after this, in 2 weeks, I beginning to write poetry. But I told him I will not pay for Metropolitan like things, money for, you know, what I should be grateful for Metropolitan, what they beat me on my head. No. And sometimes, you know, in Tosca, when I jump and all decoration come and squash me like this. Yeah, it was also, and many things. It was, yeah.
Yes. Something very serious. You just recently, within the last week or two, lost a very dear friend whom we in the opera world all know. Yeah. And I know it's hard for you to talk about this, but I'm speaking of Salvatore Licitra. He was a dear friend of yours.
Yeah.
And
he was like small brother for me. And he did with me all his debut. Even in his first appearance after school with Giuseppe Di Stefano. He was chosen by Maestro Daniel Oren to sing Ballo Maschera with me in opening night of Arena di Verona. But in this moment, my agent, he want his tenor. And he called me and said, Maria, you should say, I'm Maria Guleghina. I cannot accept somebody who don't know, you know, unknown, you something like this, blah, 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 blah. And really he pushed me to this. And I told him, Bruce, listen, 10 years ago, I was in the same position. I was young. Nobody knows me, who I am, from where, and I didn't like absolutely when another colleague did this for me. And it's really hurt. I don't want to do this for young singer. And he was very upset for this, but with Salvatore we did this first his debut. And we did here in Metropolitan, when Pavarotti cancelled in the last moment, Salvatore fly by with Concorde, and we did this without even rehearsal. And also it was a very famous phrase in New York Times when I told him, you are Cavaradossi, I'm Tosca, that's it, don't forget. And we did many things together. And also from here we have Tabaro video, we have from La Scala, we have Ballo Maschera and Tosca video.
I understand there is a Turandot coming out from Verona with Salvatore.
Yes. And also we're supposed to sing in this year in Sicilia, in his native place. And festival was cancelled. The festival cancelled our production of Norma, and after it was this accident, and I come to him to go hospital. Yes, I saw him in his after second day after operation. I saw him.
I'm sorry we have to end on this sad note, but we all have many wonderful memories, and we have CDs and recordings to remember him by. But I want to, before we stop, just remind our listeners that they can always go to find out where you're going to be to mariaguleghina.com. And also you have very soon coming out a recording with Luciano Pavarotti from the Met from about 1996, I'm not sure about that, of Andrea Chenier, correct?
Yeah.
So we'll be looking for these. And I want to thank you so much for coming directly from a rehearsal today to come over to talk to us. It's been a great honor for us to visit with you. And thank you for your being you, who you are, and being with us here today on Classic Talk with Bing and Dennis.
And may I say, when we finish with this, it's better to pray also for Salvatore.
Very good. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.